Okay, guys, welcome to the ODA in law class. Well, today we will see the another point regarding the ODA and law. Yes, MDB. What is the MDB? Yeah, this concept is quite simple. In the international societies, we have various types of banks. Yeah, in our normal life, we can see the many types of commercial bank. But in the international societies, societies can you can establish the certain special bank for the public purpose. For example, World Bank was established in just after the Second World War for the reconstruction of the world economy. So the function of bank is quite important for our economy. For the purpose of public issues, the bank can do some work for this purpose, these issues. If the public purpose are related to the development work, development issues, then we can call that bank as the development banks. Right, yes. Among those kind of development banks, is public purpose, in the international communities, if the members of the development banks are many countries, not regional level, or just the many countries are related to the a certain banks, then we can call that bank as the multinational or multilateral development bank. So those kind of development banks, multinational or multilateral development banks, can do a development work for the developing country, for example, SDG jobs, as with the hand of the bank. So development works can be done by the hand of the government, a certain government, or the hand of the banks. So the multinational development banks can be one partner of one of important partners in the international communities regarding the ODA issues. Okay, let's see the international development law regarding the multinational development banks. So the international development law regarding ODA works, they can regulate various types of organizations, such as government, or the international organizations, institutions, or even NGOs. So in international communities, we have various types of those kind of organizations. So MDB, the Multinational Development Bank, can be one type of these organizations. So that means the international development law for the on the multinational development bank is we can call that we can make some names on the field of law as the international development law for the multinational development bank. Okay, let's see the example. We have already checked these things many international development organizations, such as UNDP or UNESCO. And the WTO can be one part of the international organization regarding development issues. Okay, let's see the yellow underlined words. International Development Association and World Bank, or Asian Development Bank. Yeah, these multinational development banks, yeah, can be partners of the development area in the international communities. So yeah, these organizations, yeah, I mean MDB, yeah, they must have the laws for the running or managing the organizations. So we have to see that the rules, yeah, the laws on the MDBs, yeah, it is needed for us to understand the MDBs. Okay, let's see a bit more details on the concept of multinational development bank. MDBs, yeah, multinational development banks, it is the international public banks, not a commercial bank. What is the commercial bank? Yeah, the commercial banks are near to our normal life. You know, yeah, Uri Bank, Gungmin Bank, yeah, City Bank, yeah, those kind of commercial bank. Their main works are related to our normal economic life. But the public banks are more, their purpose, main functions are more focused on the public issues, such as the reconstruction or exchanges of the foreign currencies, yeah, and yeah, those kind of things. So public banks, sometimes, yeah, their works are combined with the commercial bank, but basically, the function of public banks are more related to the public issues, such as, yeah, development works. So, a certain international public banks for the development works, yeah, this is the development banks. Those kind of public banks in the international communities are normally established by their many members, not just by the one country. Yeah, yes, yeah. So, for example, United States and the European countries, they can make the public banks for the assistance of developing countries in international communities. Yeah. So then we can call that public banks as the multinational development banks, because they are, yeah, established. They were established by the many countries. We have many multinational banks in the international societies, yeah, such as the World Bank. You know the World Banks, yeah, and also Asian Development Bank. The Asian Development Bank, the headquarters is in the Philippines, but their work are related to the many countries, mainly focused on the Asian, Southeast Asian countries, which are developing countries. And also, yeah, AFDB, African Development Banks. You can understand the what they are main focus of their works. Yeah, African Development Bank. Yeah. So those kind of multinational development banks, their main issues are assistance of developing country or reconstruction of the economy of the developing countries. So they are the good examples of multinational development banks. Yes, they are banks, and also they are international organizations. So we have various types of international organizations. Among them, multinational development banks, is the one type. They are banks. So their main work are fundraising and investment work. But their main purpose, main target, yes, development countries. So those kind of works or their jobs are related to their assistance of developing countries. So yes, their main works are related to their developing countries or the government of developing countries. For the jobs, they have to evaluate the economic situations or effect of state and the ODA works. So yeah, their basic works, functions are fundraising or investment. But for that, sometimes they have to evaluate the economic situation of developing countries, or sometimes they have to evaluate the certain ODA project as well. And furthermore, the MDB, Multinational Development Bank, they are normally established by the many countries. So traditionally speaking, the founders in the international communities or the MDBs are developed countries because they have enough money to, and they also have the will to assist the developing country. So normally, many MDBs are founded by the developed countries, but their main targets are developing countries. However, recently we can see some MDBs which are not founded by the developed countries. Sometimes big developing countries, such as China, for example, they also want to make the multinational development banks for their for the assistance of developing countries. So recently we can see the more different colors of MDBs. So MDBs, their shape or their colors, their functions are changing. Sometimes, we have to understand that. Sometimes MDBs can be affected by their political intention. I know that it's not so pure things. We have to avoid the political intention by certain countries, but in reality, sometimes certain MDBs can be affected by the political intention of certain countries. So it's not good things, I know. We have to avoid those kind of situations. But sometimes reality, there is some kind of situation. So please remember that the main functions or the mainstream of the concept of MDB. Okay, let's start the one example, the World Bank. World Bank is the how can I say, is like a symbolic things, symbol, icon of multinational development banks. So if you understand the mainstream of regarding the World Bank, then you can understand many other MDB issues. Okay, so let's start the World Bank. Okay, World Bank. This is the international financial banks and institution. In the modern societies, in the international communities, with two World War, especially in the Second World War, in 1940s, international communities, they realized that economic situation in the international communities are not good. Therefore, they understood that we need some kind of special institution to boost economy of international society. And also, we have to stimulate the reconstruction of economy in the international communities. Just after the Second World War, lots of the economic factors are downgraded, especially European area. Yeah, European area. Those days, it was the stage of Second World War. So battlefield. So many kind of infrastructures are collapsed. So they have to reconstruct those kind of things for the better economic situation. Therefore, in 1944, the Bretton Woods Conference, that is the international conference regarding economy, and then the representatives they agreed to make a certain types of international organization to boost international economy, especially reconstruction of economy or assistance of developing countries. Those days, United States, they supported these concepts, and they decided to make the special international economic institution. Yeah, those concepts are related to the World Bank. But the thing is that who can provide the seed money for the international institutions? Yeah, those days, the richest country in the world was United States, and they decided to do that. To fight poverty with passion and professionalism for lasting result, to help people help themselves and their environment, with provision of resources, sharing knowledge, building capacity, and forging partnerships in the public and private sectors. The bank, what is the basic function of the bank? Yeah, fundraising and investment. Yeah, so the bank, they do the job. World Bank was established for that function, but their jobs is more public purpose. So World Bank, they will raise the fund, and they will invest the money for the certain economic project. But of course, they will expect the interest, but comparing to the commercial bank, the interest is very, very small. And even though the project, the target project is not so, how can I say, beneficial in the perspective of economic ways, but they will invest the money for the public purpose. Okay? So, yeah, even though they are banks, World Bank is not consider the economic profit. They will more consider the public profit. Okay, right. So they was established in the 1944. Yeah, with the Bretton Woods Conference. Yeah, for the public purpose. And then they will provide the money, the fund for the public project for the developing countries, and sometimes they provide the technical assistance as well. Okay, so you may understand the mainstream of the functions of the bank. Okay, they will provide the low interest loans, interest-free credit grant to the developing countries for many purposes, public purposes. For example, they will provide their money for the project in the education system. Investment in the education system is not so profitable project, but so commercial bank, normal commercial bank will not do the job, but the World Bank will do, because they believe that it is very profitable for the public purpose, not in the perspective of the economic profit. Okay, so investment in the education, health, public administration, infrastructure issues, financial and private sector development, and agriculture and environment issues, and natural resource management. They are the field of public purpose. Yes, we know that. Yeah. So they will do the very special investment project on these areas, especially regarding the developing countries. Their efforts are in the three ways: research, reform, open development. It's kind of a slogan for the World Bank. Research means they will deliver the measurable research. Yeah. They want to make the visible, measurable research with their project. Second, reform. They want to reform the World Bank groups, aiming at improving every aspect of their work. Always, World Bank, they want to make upgrade for the effectiveness, to make measurable research. Yeah. Open development means World Bank, they will always try to open their gate, and they try to show many things of their banks for their transparency. So World Bank, they opened many kind of report from the bank for the public knowledge, for the many developing countries. So World Bank, their functions mainly based on their fundraising or investment project for the developing countries, but they also provide many kind of information or knowledge regarding the ODA works. Yeah, this knowledge or information is very useful for the developing country or even developed country to make many other new projects. So yeah, they will share their knowledge. Even the systems or information of the MDB, I mean the World Bank itself, can make the impression to the other MDBs. Okay. Right. Let's see the inside of the World Bank. World Bank actually this is the World Bank groups. Yeah. Under the name of World Bank, they have many sub bodies. Let's see the World Bank groups. Under the name of World Bank groups, yeah, they have many sub-body, the institution. For example, IDA or IBRD. IBRD is the international banks for reconstruction and development. Their main target is the normal developing country. What does it mean that normal developing country? Yeah, it is the middle income and credit-worthy low-income countries. So, big boundary of developing countries, we can divide it into two sections. Middle developing country and poorest country. So, the IBRD, their main target is middle income developing country. And IDA, the International Development Association, which is the one of the part of World Bank, their main target is least developed country, which is the poor countries in the boundary of developing countries. Yeah, yeah. So IBRD and IDA, their main works are very similar, but the target are different. Okay, so IBRD, their target is middle income developing country, and IDA, their main target is least developed countries, LDC countries, which are poorest country in the international community. The middle income developing country and the poorest country are all together in the boundary of developing world. Why they divided into the two sections, IBRD and IDA? Because they believe that middle income developing country and IDA, the poorest country, their situation are different. So even though their main functions are similar, but the projects must be different. Yeah. And then IFC. The IFC is the International Financial Corporation. IFC, their main function is the good relationship with private sector. Okay, even though ODA is very public colors, however, we have to shake hand with public sector. Private sector as well. IFC, they was established for that jobs, for shaking hand with private sector. So public sector and private sector, they work together, they can expect synergy effect. MIGA is the multilateral investment guarantee agency. MIGA can make a kind of a credit for the developing world. Lastly, ICSID is the International Center for the Settlement of Investment Dispute. This is very special body inside of the World Bank groups. Yeah. ICSID, their main work is that if members of World Bank, if they have some kind of dispute regarding financial issues or investment issues, then yeah, these center will make decision. You are right, you are wrong. Yeah, to make research from the dispute settlement. But they are treating only the investment dispute, yeah, between the hosting countries and investors. Okay, so it is based on the needs of the international communities. Okay, let's see the details of the IDA and IBRD. IDA, the International Development Association, is more related to the least developed countries, that is, the poorest countries. To reduce the poverty in the LDCs, yeah, the least developed countries, they will provide various types of investment project or credit or loans with very, very good condition. What does mean the condition? Yeah, interest is very low. And the repayment schedule, I mean, loan means if the bank provide the loans to the developing countries, basically they will expect interest plus, yeah, the money repayment in the long-term view. But if we, I mean, the IDA provide invest the money today, and then they will make the promise with the hosting countries, okay, you will pay back the money in the 30 years later. 30 years later, yeah, think about the inflation. $1 today, yeah, and the 30 years later, $1 are different. You know that, yeah. The values are different. But 30 years later, the least developed countries, LDC, will pay back just $1 in 30 years later. That means those kind of investment or the financial project is very useful for the LDC countries. Regarding IBRD, their main function are very similar, but their main targets are middle-income countries. Okay, so middle-income countries, they will see the World Bank. They will divide it into the two sections in the developing world, into the LDC and the middle-income developing countries. So IBRD, they will more focus on the middle-income countries. Yeah, and then they will do the capital investment project, yeah, and the advice service as well. So their works are very similar, but their conditions are different. Let's see the last point. They will share IDA and IBRD. They will share the same staff and headquarters because their work are same. But they have different evaluating systems and evaluating project and different types of targets. Okay. Okay, so you can understand now you understand the IDA and IBRD. They are the sub-body of World Bank groups. Okay, let's see the International Development Association Agreement. This is the international law for the IDA. This is a good simple example of a World Bank institution. IDA, you know the IDA now. It was established in the 1960s. To establish the IDA, they made the agreement, international agreement, to improve mutual cooperation for constructive economic purpose, healthy development of world economy, balanced growth of international trade, foster international relationship. This is the kind of final goals of the IDA. They will have the agreement have the various provisions on the establishment of these institutions, management of these institutions, and their work systems, yeah, and many practical issues. Okay. The IDA agreement main provisions, articles are this way. The introductory article, and then it is kind of preamble. They will show the background of the establishment of these institutions, etc. And then from Article 1 to the final provisions, they will make the rules for the establishment, memberships, operations, and the systems, yeah, and the structures, and the status of the staff, yeah, those kind of things. Based on these rules, the partners of the agreement have to follow these rules, and they will do their work under the agreement. Okay? Let's see a bit more details on this agreement. Article 1 provides the main purpose of these rules, and Article 2 have 3 sections: membership, initial subscriptions, and limitation on liabilities. Article 3, they have the 2 sections: additional subscriptions and the supplementary resources provided by the members in the currency of another members. Article 4, yeah, they provide some kind of regulation on the currencies and the maintenance of value of currency holdings. And Article 5 and 6, yeah, this is the core point of this agreement. They will have many sections regarding operations of their money, currencies, and also fund by the hands of the IDA. The next articles is for the systems of the organization and how to manage the institution. For example, they will provide the board of governors, yeah, and the voting systems, and the directors, and the other steps. So, yeah, when we see read these provisions, the sections, then we can understand. IDA have the board of governors and some steps, and the president, and the some kind of the voting system to manage these bodies, etc. Okay. We don't have to see the details of these provisions, but just understand that what is the IDA agreement? Okay, that should be enough. And the other articles, yeah, if some members wants to withdraw from the membership, then they have to follow those steps in these articles. And then the next article provided the status of the IDA or the steps of IDA. The IDA steps, they will be treated by the members' government as like diplomatic steps. Yeah. Okay. So they can enjoy various types of immunities from the power of the certain countries, their privilege. Yeah. So it's like a diplomatic step. The step of bank is like a ambassador or diplomatic steps. Okay. And then the other articles are related to the amendment of this agreement and the other things and the final provisions. Yeah. So we can say that the IDA agreements are related to these rules, international laws, are related to the establishment of this body and management operations of these organizations, and then the many other administrative procedures. So each provisions have the many detailed regulations on the works of the IDA. Okay, guys, this is the end of part 1. You may understood that the IDA works and many other World Bank groups works.